Yo!
Hello.
Yo!
Hello.
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 Oh, hello there. How are you doing there?
I know you've sworn off football. Did you happen to catch any of the halftime show?
No.
This past weekend was the Superb Owl.
Yeah,
Superb Owl.
it was the Super Bowl. I saw a bunch of people posting clips and everything else like that, but no, I have not gone back to watch the halftime show or anything else like that. And I'm guessing, are you leading into the conversation we were having earlier about the Twitter thing or no?
No. Nothing about the Twitter thing.
Okay.
The one thing that you missed was the Paul Reed Smith Silver Sky on stage, chromed the fuck out.
Hell yeah.
A chromed out Paul Reed Smith Silver Sky on stage in the Super Bowl right next to Dr. Dre and Eminem. And on their Instagram page, they had a close-up shot of the guitar. It's a one-off. They wrapped it, so they didn't actually paint it in chrome. They did one of those foil wrap deals.
Yeah. And like a vinyl wrap sort of thing.
Yeah, and up close, it doesn't.
They usually don't look great up close because that it's hard to wrap edges, and unless you are trying to think of the best way to put this, unless you do this professionally, most likely on automobiles, you getting it right and getting a vinyl wrap right is difficult.
It's not as clean as the Joe Satriani guitar, that his chromed out Ibanez custom thing that fucking mirror shine, like when he's playing like that summer song or like Surfing with an Alien or any of that bullshit. That Ibanez chrome, that thing fucking looks dope. And the bass player on stage had a chromed out Jackson bass.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Wow. Jackson making a fucking comeback.
Yeah. But I was excited, and then they posted their Instagram with a close-up, and I was immediately unexcited.
Oh,
because I was like, you're Paul Reed Smith. Your entire bullshit is about like quality and
nobody,
blah, 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 blah.
No one from PRS is responsible for that, and you fucking know that. That was an intern being told, hey, here's some goddamn vinyl wrap. Here's this guitar.
Here's the squeegee.
Pull it apart. Right. Yeah. Pull it apart and wrap this in chrome. That was done day of without question.
Yeah.
And probably the first question from the guitar player is this going to damage my guitar? Because it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't even pull any of the pickups off or anything else like that. They just wrapped around it and then cut that shit out.
Yeah. Because my image in my head, since it's Paul and he has the rep, like he did the research about like how to seal it properly and how to get that like mirror shine so you can hold it up and like nah illusion.
Yeah, if I've learned anything about production, everyone did the math of cool. Do me a favor, step 20 feet back and tell me how this looks, because the only people who are going to really be able to see this thing are Dr. Dre. Like, And so long as Dre doesn't look back and go, and that looks like shit, you're good.
Yeah.
And like that dude likes getting paid. So fuck it. He doesn't care.
Yeah. But man, now it makes me want to get, like, if I ever get a Silver Sky, if they ever release it with the maple fingerboard, I will get a Silver Sky. But it makes me want to like chrome it out, but like properly, like go to a chrome shop or something like that.
No. Well, one, you can't go to a chrome shop because chrome doesn't stick to wood.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, the chrome process is a whole fucking like multi-tier thing. Getting the electrons to stick in the proper dips and everything else like that. It makes me wonder if you could plasti dip though.
Oh yeah, I mean the plasti dip. I think they have a silver. Well, you could do a plasti dip base and then you can coat it with a chrome or something.
I'm just wondering, like, could you do a custom color plasti dip and you could do something really fucking right? Because you can do like gold flake and sparkle and all sorts of shit like that in the plasti dip.
Yeah.
And then you could be able to change the color anytime you wanted.
Yeah, and just pull it off. Just
pull it off and just figure out. Because like that would be my question is if you coated a guitar with a proper finish, I assume the plastic dip wouldn't work its way into the wood grain. And therefore, you would be able to actually change your guitar at will, provided you wanted to pull the neck and all the bips and bobs off. You could probably do it relatively quickly because you could just tape the wiring down inside the holes and then just plastic dip inside and then just kind of make sure all the little bits kind of get in there. And so long as you got the wires taped off, you should be able to fucking squeeze the pickups right back in there, mount the switches back on and be done and have a whole new color guitar with 2 passes in 2 hours with dry time, probably.
God, now I want to experiment. Now I want to go to like a like Atomic and get a beat up old like a Squire and see if it would do it.
I know. I have done the like plastic dip math with my wheels like 1,500 times where I'm like, okay, I kind of want to do this. And then I'm like, don't do this. And then I keep kind of doing the math because I'm like, okay, the problem that I have is I'd want to take them off and do it properly.
Yeah.
And if you take them off, then either you need to take your fucking time and do one wheel at a time, or what they show on their website, which is basically put a bunch of plastic behind the wheel and like cover up your brake caliper and everything else, like, and just spray it right on the fucking car. And I'm like, no, because like my first thought is my wheels are never that clean. Because like to properly clean wheels, you have to take them off and clean. And this is going to sound crazy, the back side of the wheel.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And like, I've never had the moxie to go and do that. I've also never had a driveway or a garage or anything else like that where I've been able to just throw a jack under the car and just be like, yep. And just spend the next 2 hours with my car on jack stands and go and do that.
Well, I've used Plastidip on cosplay before, and it's a pretty good base. Like you base coat it with Plastidip, and then on top of that you could do whatever you want, whatever effects. Like
right.
I've done like for my armor pieces, I would Plastidip coat the entire thing, and then I would do like a metallic finish, and then I would take candy air colors,
right,
and do them in red and do like a fade up, so it's like brighter red on the top and darker red on the bottom. And
that makes sense.
And I would do all that shit. So like I've used Plastidip before,
so it creates a really nice solid base.
Yeah, you can do a lot with it. Like if you have it, if Plastidip doesn't make the color you want, you can figure it out.
and this has been the whole thing is like recently I've been seeing a bunch of, because of course I'm part of a bunch of fucking Facebook groups I shouldn't be part of. But ever since I got the wagon, I am finally part of a weird car community because wagon people are fucking odd. VW wagon people, super odd. So they get super hard into it. And I literally saw like the model before my car done in like bright turquoise vinyl with white wheels and white door handles. And I was like, fuck, that looks good. And all I could think is, you're going to look like an asshole driving around. And then the follow-up process was, yeah, but I look fucking great.
And then the question is, do you go for the rattle cans? In which case you have to put it in hot water and make sure it's like, you got to make sure it's shucking up. Or do you go for the real thing? Get that air gun, that spray gun.
Neither. I would buy white wheels and then I would take it to a professional wrap job. And this has been the big hurdle is because like if I'm going to do it on my daily driver, I want it to look right.
Yeah.
So I would want it to actually be nice. And in turn, the best quote I've gotten so far is $4,100 to wrap my fucking car, which is like, yeah, I get that, between material and time and yada, yada, yada. And then I remember like, that's $4 fucking grand. And I can do a lot of cool shit with $4 grand.
Yeah.
So in turn, that's why my car is not fucking turquoise with white door handles.
You could get a chromed out PRS Silver Sky for $4 grand.
Yes, I could. Yeah. Yeah, I could buy you your dream guitar. Yes,
you
I
could actually
could.
buy 4 of them or 2 of them.
Yeah, I imagine 2 of them because that paint job's going to be a thing. But yeah, like confidently, you and I could have 2 of them and battle, which is the closest to masterpiece shit that I can think of.
Oh, fuck. Oh, now I want a platinum gold fucking.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're going to do it, you've got to do it in gold. Right. Yeah. If you're going to get a PRS and you're going to do it in a proper color, it has to make him say, like just without question.
Can you? So the chrome works on metal.
Just metal.
So you couldn't do a fiberglass body and chrome that out.
You would have to use like a chrome paint, and there are chrome paints, I believe, also that work in like multiple layers, where you do like a silver base and then an overlay and an overlay and an overlay.
Yeah,
and it will create a chromed effect. The fastest way, to my understanding, is vinyl wrapping. And so long as you have someone who really understands what they're doing with a proper heat gun and taking their time and everything else, like, you can fucking vinyl wrap anything.
Yeah, it looked bad. Like you could see the orange peel, and it was like it was lumpy in some spots. And I was like,
that's them brushing and shit like that.
I was like, Paul, just take a photo of the guy with the guitar on the stage. Don't give me that close up. Yeah, that looks cheap.
Yeah, don't do that.
And oddly, it made me think twice about like, I wouldn't put that out there. I would put the dude lid up.
Right,
with the thing
in the background.
Next to Dre. Yeah, for sure.
And just do the literally like PRS guitars next to Dr. Between Eminem and Dr. Dre, or Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, exactly where we belong. And it's like, cool flex, bro.
Yeah,
cool flex.
Yeah, and then don't give me the.
Don't ever zoom in. Let the internet trolls do that. They're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah. And no one else gives a shit because no one else was talking about that on the internet except me. I was like, is anyone talking about PRS chroming? Nope. It's just me.
Turns out, no.
Turns out they did it for me.
And yet they still phoned it in. They still phoned it in.
God damn it. That makes me think that they used one of the SE models instead of like the American made models.
I doubt it. I mean,
well, if they used if they went with the expensive one, then they basically did a shitty wrap job on a $3,000 guitar.
Yes. I would almost like I'd be borderline willing to throw my wallet down to guess that that's a yes. Because I got to be honest with you, if you're playing on the Super Bowl fucking halftime show, you're not fucking around with a second tier guitar.
Yeah.
So my guess is they showed up with their own guitar, and someone went, no, the look is all wrong. It has to be chrome. And they went, look, this is the guitar I'm using. You work it out. And somebody went, okay. And they took the strings off and they handed it to somebody, and that somebody figured out how to wrap it, probably day of, maybe week of. They went to a local shop. Somebody did it personally, what have you. And they went, good enough for TV, and then move the fuck on.
I was wondering if it was the her. So have you heard of the artist Her? She's like a R&B singer or something like that.
No.
She has a signature Stratocaster in a signature silver color. That's like this iridescent. Ooh. Like it's silver, and when the lights hit it, there's purples and pinks and yellows.
Nice.
I was like, is that a Her edition? And then they pan back in, and there was the headstock, that signature PRS headstock, and I was like, nope, they're not promoting Her, they're promoting Paul.
Okay.
And his shitty rap job.
I mean, every part of this tracks for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like supporting a half-done job from a guy named Paul.
Yeah.
Feels like the most Super Bowl shit ever.
Yeah. Yep or do.
Yep.
All right. Let's start the show.
Yep.
Brandon, tell the people who we are. Just a quickie. Just a quick one.
Welcome, one and all, to the fucking Duocast, part of the Hard Knock Media Podcasting Network. Now, when I say Hard Knock Media, I mean NOC, as in Nerds of Color. I mean Jamie, not me. I mean the rest of the podcast network and not me. They provide amazing, wonderful, splendiferous podcast content for you and me and our ear holes across the internet, providing a perspective that is not some fucking bearded white guy, ironically enough. This is the lone fucking sad, wet fart in the podcast network. You got to put up with me.
I think you might be. I was trying.
I'm 99% sure I am.
Yeah, I was trying to think because I've looked at the lineup before and I've met some of them.
Yeah,
I think you might be the only white guy.
I think I am, and rightfully so, because it's the Nerds of Color.
Yeah,
and the fact that you grandfather, like, I ain't gonna lie, the fact that y'all grandfather me in is a fucking honor. It's like, I must be doing something pretty all right that I've managed not to get thrown off. And we've been doing this for a hot second. So like, this is feather in the cap, if I will, of being like, yeah, all right, cool. They haven't thrown me out yet. So I'm either like white enough that they're like, fucking don't be this guy. Or I'm just white enough to make the cut. Yeah. But either way, I'm a happy camper about it.
Or Keith is just like, eh.
I think this might be a little like he doesn't give me a hard time about a lot of shit. They're consistent, and also he loves Pearl Jam. Like,
I think that's it. Yeah.
Right. I'm 90% sure that the longevity of my tenure here in the podcast network is my Pearl Jam love.
Yeah.
Because everything else I fucking argue with him about. So I can't imagine it's anything but that.
If you were into Oasis, you'd be fucking out the door.
Fuck.
Out the door. If you were a Noel Gallagher stan, get the fuck out of my podcast.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, speaking of that, welcome to the champagne supernova of the podcast network that is the fucking Duocast.
Oh, nice. Oh, man. Fucking hysterical.
No.
Disappointment.
Yep, there it is. That's the warm blanket I'm looking for. The warm, wet blanket I'm looking for.
Wah. Okay. Brandon Chalmers.
Sir,
what have you been geeking on since last we talked, which was Saturday, I believe?
Ironically enough, I have two new things. Or new-ish. So the first one is I'm getting back into fucking to-do lists. Old school Field Notes books.
Field Notes. Sponsored by Field Notes.
I fucking wish. And here's the thought process that I have right now. So I'm going to peel kind of the curtain back a little bit. I'm having a little bit of a rough time with motivation and focus. And I can't tell if it's seasonal depression or my birthday's coming up and I'm doing the like, I don't know what to do right now. And like, wife and I are trying to get pregnant. That hasn't happened yet. So like, it's not necessarily self-doubt there, but like definitely frustration, if I'm honest about it, by no fault of either of ours. Just, shit's harder for some people. And I'm having trouble staying focused when I have my personal time. Like when I'm at work, I'm a big list guy. I don't trust my memory for shit. And what I've learned is my lack of trust of my memory is more akin to, I think I have adult ADHD and it's just undiagnosed and unmedicated. So I do my best to try and stay focused by making a daily to-do list. And like anything that doesn't get done gets highlighted. And the first thing I do kind of when I settle in for the morning is I rewrite my list of everything that didn't get done. And I'm saying it in my head as I'm writing it. Go and follow up with this person on this thing. Make sure you process this thing and this thing. Make sure you have a meeting with this person and this person. Like, it's not just schedule. It's just genuinely to-dos. And I realized like, okay, I got to do a better job of this. And the wife and I were talking about this and we have the big chalk wall. And like what we decided to do was I was going to set a group of tasks that we both have hanging out there. Cause like we all have those home projects that like, repaint the so-and-so, but like, there's also simpler ones like hang a picture, go and order this thing for the backyard, go and take care of this thing and this thing. So what I did is I literally like took my level out and I broke my giant chalk wall out into 3 sections. One column for me, one column for her, and one column for groceries. And we basically have a giant grocery list that we get to add into at any given time. And this way, whoever goes, you snag a photo of it, and then you move the fuck on. Everything else, you make your to-do lists of things that you think are reasonable tasks. And the agreement that she and I have is 1 task a week minimum. Not overwhelming.
Yeah, that's
not trying to fucking tear your shit up or whatever it is. Just set some reasonable tasks, 1 a week. Now, what I found out is I set like 6, got 4 of them done. She set 5, also got 4 of them done. Turns out when we leave these things out open in giant fucking letters on the wall, it becomes a bit of a snowball. Right. Yeah, it's a bit of a snowball effect because like it's very fucking satisfying to walk up and like she would wait. Like I waited until we were home and I went, hey, and she goes, what? I said, check this out. And I just started fucking hacking things off the list that we had both done. And I looked back and I was like, nice job. And she's like, thank you. And it was this, like, we got to have a little bit of a bonding moment. I definitely got to do the like, hey, fucking proud of you. Great job, which is always great. Jesus Christ. Look, kids, if there is any advice I can impart, fucking encourage those little I'm proud of you moments with your significant other.
For sure.
That shit goes a long fucking way because people will go months without genuinely encouraging each other on simple little shit. And that matters a ton.
Oh, yeah.
The list has created a level of accountability where I can be like, hey, not just, hey, I'm proud of you. And she goes, oh, why? And then we get to have a 5-minute conversation where I'm like, well, you're super great and adorable and I like your butt. And then like, and that's great. And it's cute and everything is like, but like, this is completely separate from the, I love you, yada, yada, yada. And go to the like, no, you fucking put your name on a thing, you wrote it on a wall and it's done. And we get to wipe that shit down. And we set new reasonable goals and we move forward. So like, this has been a bit of a, how do I get more accomplished on my end? Because I find that if I don't have a to-do list, idle hands create poor behavior. And like in turn, case in point, I went and started I downloaded Animal Crossing. So this way, when we're sitting at home in the evenings, I have something to do where I'm not just snacking.
Yeah.
You
can make a village and you send like a farm and
I can go fishing and I can go do this and we can put TV on in the background and that's perfectly fine. Dude, I'm down 10 pounds already. Which is fucking great.
Hell yeah.
The other thing that we did that has helped with that, and this is going to sound like an ad, so hang on. Let me give it my best ad space voice.
Hello.
Hi, friends. Brandon Chalmers here from the fucking Do It Cast. Coming to you in part from our friends at HelloFresh. That's right. My wife and I decided to hit up a friend, the Malahomes of Art Fight fame. And they gave us an offer code that helped us buy HelloFresh. We got our first order in on Monday, and boy, howdy, were we excited. We celebrated Valentine's Day the right way. Jamie, did you know that we each got a 5-ounce filet steak, pan-seared, slivered almond crusted asparagus, and truffle mashed potatoes.
Truffles.
I know, but it was powdered truffles, so it only tasted a little like dirt. I threw a lot of butter in there. I fixed that problem right up. But that's not HelloFresh's fault. A lot of people like truffles. That's my problem to deal with. Jamie, not just that, we topped it off with tiny New York cheesecakes as a delightful dessert.
Aw.
We got to celebrate Valentine's Day, not only enjoying a beautiful meal together, we cooked together. Do you know what the appetizer was for that meal, Jamie? Thanks to our friends at HelloFresh.
The friends that you made along the way.
No, fuck those friends. I had little crostinis topped with ricotta cheese, doused with salt and pepper, a little bit of chopped chive, walnuts, and Mike's hot honey drizzled atop that for a beautiful, delicious, quick appetizer.
Mike's
They literally
hot
had
honey.
me make that appetizer while I was cooking the rest of the meal. So my wife and I got a chance to enjoy a tasty beverage together and cook together while we were having it. We had a bonding experience and a delicious meal.
Huzzah.
Now, this evening, do you know what I had, Jamie? I had bulgogi pork with oven roasted carrots and jasmine rice.
Oh my God.
Right.
Oh my God.
Right. And Jamie, I got to tell you, my friend, I am not only feeling full and satisfied, but also ironically not ripped off. Thanks to our friends at HelloFresh. Honestly, like all joking aside, it's been 2 nights. We've had it. I think we got 4 meals. I think I have some sort of lobster ravioli for another night. And then we got ramen with shrimp and something else.
That sounds dope.
And it's fucking tasty. And like, I won't lie, it's a little more expensive than going to the grocery store, but it also expands our palate a ton.
Yeah.
So can highly recommend. It's turned into a thing where like, you know, it gets around 6:30 or something like that. And I congregate over to the kitchen and I start cooking, and then she starts making her way in, and, you know, she feeds the dog and we joke around and I have her help me with a little bit of stuff. And like, she is voluntarily not much of a cook. It is not her thing. She loves to bake. The cooking is done by me in the house. I like it. I have fun with it. I got a little bit of skill. Excuse me. I got a little bit of skill. Like, I feel confident about it. And when we get done and she tears into a meal and she's like, this is really fucking good, well, that is a point of pride. Yeah. Like, I like the idea that every night my wife eats well because I fucking put the effort in. I like that.
That's awesome.
This definitely helps. So can highly recommend if you haven't done it. And to be fair, if you have a disposable income for it, can highly recommend as a really nice way to kind of change your food. Like, I wouldn't have done that shit, especially with the cost of beef and everything else like that lately. Fuck that. Yeah. But honestly, I think we're spending conservatively, I'd say about $12 to $18 more a week on groceries, which is more and noticeably more, but not so much more that I'm going to fight about it. Because also my wife doesn't have to go out and do quite as much shopping or anything else like that. So we get to kind of pick and choose. Like, if we get it right, I might be able to cut her shopping trips down to once every other week, which would be really nice, that we can just kind of be like, yeah, we'll get some supplemental things and what have yous and yada, 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 and be able to kind of handle it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds awesome.
But yeah. So that's been kind of what we've been getting into. I'm trying to kind of do a bit of a reset to kind of fight both of our seasonal depression and kind of both of our, like, it's hard to kind of get going and get in a groove and feel good about it and have the energy when you get home to be like, okay, I guess I'll go take the dog out and then go for a workout and then go shower. And then I guess I'll go spend 40 minutes cooking. So here we go. Like, yeah. It's been nice having something a little different, because initially I'm like, fuck, I do not feel like doing this. And then I crack the bag open and I put some music on and I start getting going. And like 10 minutes in, I'm fucking zesting a lemon and all sorts of, I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Right. Yeah. Like, I can't tell you the last time I've zested a lemon that doesn't have to do with fucking booze.
Nice.
Like, I'm zesting lemons to fucking mix in with the jasmine rice. I'm feeling fucking fancy. Yeah, I'm patting down pork tenderloins to crust them with salt and pepper, so this way I can fucking pan sear them. I'm feeling a fancy bitch.
That sounds awesome.
A fancy bitch.
Hello, Fresh.
Hello, Fresh. That's right.
Hello.
Listen here, baby brother. Let me tell you about Hello Fresh. That's right, baby. I went and made me some bulgogi pork. That's right. Got the jasmine rice, put the lemon zest in there, a little bit of butter, salt, and pepper. You know that be cooking up just right. Hit you in the right spot. Then I roasted them carrots. Did you know, Jimmy the Gucci? I didn't know we actually had a carrot peeler in the house. I learned we had a new tool. I got to use that tool. And then I got to use that same tool to zest the lemon to mix in with my jasmine rice, which I already mentioned. And then I made these carrots, right? And I'm peeling them. And, first you wash them. Now, I don't understand, Jimmy DeGucci, why do you wash a carrot and then peel it? It don't make no sense, baby. You take the skin off.
That's a good fucking question, by the way.
It's exactly a good fucking question. That's right. That's why I asked it. Why the fuck do you wash the carrot before you fucking peel? You taking the skin off, baby. What's the problem? I don't wash people before I eat them. I just peel the skin back and take a chunk. Like an apple on a summer day. I know that's right.
That's so fun. So fun. Hold on. Audrey is calling me.
Uh-oh.
Let me just message her.
The wonders of a live podcast.
We do this live, except it's not live, but we record it live.
We'll do it live.
Do it live. Well, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. So what have you been geeking out about since we last talked over the weekend? Also, I assume we're going to talk about our conversation over the weekend.
I don't know. We'll see if we have time.
Okay, fair enough. Content
warning here. Trigger warning here. I am going to talk about surgery. If you are squeamish about the description of certain events,
turn that radio up.
Please.
Autograph was not wrong. Turn up the radio.
Yeah. It's I will be talking about a procedure that was done to a place. And if you don't like that, please turn this off, because this is going to be an event.
Fucking I went from 6 to midnight. I know that much. I've had dinner and I am salivating. Go ahead, Jamie. Tell them about it.
Brandon Chalmers.
Sure.
We were supposed to get together to watch the Royal Rumble.
We were.
That did not occur because Audrey tested positive for COVID.
Yes.
Hazel and I also took our tests, but by the time our results came in, it wasn't in time to get together for the Rumble. So just to be safe, we didn't see each other.
Yeah. Trying to keep everybody safe, like everyone fucking should.
Yeah. Somehow Hazel and I tested negative.
Okay.
And then we tested again in 5 days, like you're supposed to, because you got if you're exposed, tested negative a second time.
Okay.
Which was important because Hazel was going to have her birthday party on the weekend, and I was going to have a procedure done the next Tuesday.
Gotcha.
So I took a third test on that Saturday, which also came back negative. So surgery was on.
Cool.
I was scheduled to have a vasectomy, which is funny because you are trying to have a baby.
Yeah.
And I am shutting the factory down.
Yeah, but you've already had a baby, so that's kind of the point.
Yeah. So I shut the factory down, going in like no more lads at the pool. The club is closed. There goes gold medal. That's it. The one and done.
There goes my dream of being impregnated by Jamie Noguchi. Always a fucking bridesmaid. For the record, kids, not for lack of trying. I tried to fuck that man on multiple times. He just kept shutting me down.
So it is an outpatient procedure. You don't have to stay overnight. You don't have to do anything fancy.
That's wild to me that they fucking get in there and handle that.
Yeah.
And you can basically go home same afternoon, basically?
Same, if that. So
fuck.
If you, there are two ways to do it. You can choose to go the fuck to sleep.
Okay.
Which I now recommend. Or if you have to drive yourself home, you can go for local. And I was like,
hang on, you drove yourself home from your own. So wait a second. Hang on. Time out. So you decided I'm going to be responsible. My wife and I have had a wonderful child who we adore and love dearly.
Yes.
I'm done. I'm going to shut the factory down. I don't want my wife to have to worry about birth control moving forward.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the responsible thing. By the way, this is what most men in a committed relationship who decide that their factory is done should be fucking doing. Don't make it somebody else's fucking responsibility. You're a goddamn adult.
Yeah.
Should be doing and shut that down. And you handled it in the same time it takes most men, not me, most men to eat the Olive Garden never-ending pasta bowl.
Yeah. Game day, same day. So
Jesus.
I would have preferred if I had somebody with me, but like it was in the middle of the day.
Fucking call a dude.
Well,
I'll bail on work. I will tell work. Imagine me walking into my boss's office and going, yo, I got to roll. My boy getting his factory shut down, and he should not have to take himself home. I'm going to get burritos on the way home, though. It's going to be fucking dope. I watch Kamen Rider until he falls asleep because I like to tuck my boy in.
Yeah.
Like, we could have had an afternoon. Jamie, you could have had Baja Fresh. You understand?
I didn't want to inconvenience anybody. So, like, I was like, well,
look at this. Look at this model of a fucking man. No, fuck that. Hang on. Look, ladies, gentlemen, everyone in all spectrums and all aspects, however you identify, strive to be Jamie Noguchi. Dude gets his factory shut down, and his policy is, I don't want to bother anyone. People ask other people for rides home from the airport. You're like, yeah, I know you came home from Raleigh-Durham, but I just got my fucking factory shut down. I'm going to drive myself. Take a fucking lesson, kids. The next time you're like, oh, I want a friend, be Jamie Noguchi. You hear me?
So they ask you to get there 2 hours early.
Right. Yeah, because they gotta rub your balls down with that numbing cream.
Yeah. So the surgery was scheduled for 9. I got there at 7, which means I had to wake up at like 6:30 or 6.
God damn,
15.
I wouldn't even had to miss much of work. Fuck.
Yeah.
Go on.
So drove down there, get ready. They set you up. They didn't have to do an IV, so I didn't have to get anything fancy. They just tell you to take off your clothes, do this thing, give you a towel, like to warm your legs, to make your legs warm because it's cold in the hospital. Okay,
gotcha. All right, so you're not Donald Ducking it, but you're threatening to Donald Duck it.
Yeah, and so they sit you there, and they're like, okay, chill out for like 2 hours. So I'm sitting there, I'm watching bobsledding because the Olympics were on, and
I get it. You're shutting down the bobsled tube. It feels like the only appropriate thing to like have this send off to your boys. Be like, hey guys, one last time vicariously, huh? Come on.
No, it was skeleton. That's the one where they
even
go down.
Better, because sperm go down head first, Jamie. It's fucking perfect.
And the entire time I'm watching this, I'm thinking, first of all, I'm getting nervous as fuck. But second of all, I'm trying to figure out how do you as a child decide that skeleton is a sport that you want to do? Because
you're rich, white, and possibly Scandinavian.
I'm guessing because we both live in Maryland. I've never met anyone who does that, and I've never had an opportunity to do that. Ever.
It doesn't snow enough. Like this is my real issue with some of these sports is like around here where we are, the go-to sport that we would have had an option to that a lot of other people across the country don't is lacrosse.
Yes.
You could have gotten fucking hardcore in lacrosse without much effort. Most high schools, even some middle schools had a lacrosse team, kind of depending on the area, what have you. But like if you're in the greater Maryland area, you got the option, someone who plays lacrosse.
Yeah.
I imagine in Kentucky, not so much lacrosse going on over there. Well, probably a fair bit of like hill related shit, but no, Louisiana get a lot of frog gigging, not a whole lot of lacrosse.
Weird Maryland fact. We have 2 state sports. One of them is jousting. Lacrosse and the other tis jousting.
Yes. I Maryland facts I have a weird, not surprising knowledge of.
Yeah.
I keep track of the home sport, but yeah, I get what you mean. But like, I gotta believe, like, if you're in the US, that's a northern New York, New Hampshire, northern Washington, Montana, Wisconsin kind of shit.
Yeah,
where like so. you're skipping over maybe a weird like can-do story out of Detroit because the highway's right there to hop over into Canada.
Yeah.
Of like, yeah. I can totally do this. This feels like a practical, but yeah, like this feels like a thing that it happens in places with a lot of snow on the ground. And I imagine the only other place it could happen is like Atlanta, which may still have an operating bobsled course because of them doing the Olympics years ago.
Yeah.
But I honestly couldn't tell you whether or not they shut that shit down. And also, like, that's Summer Olympics, I thought. So, like, I assume the only other places that would happen is like, where did you have, like, I couldn't honestly tell you off the top of my head where Winter Olympics has happened in the US.
Yeah, I honestly don't keep track of the Olympics. I'm sorry.
I don't much either, other than curling, because curling is exceptional.
I was sad that they didn't. Yeah, I was looking forward to curling. I was sad that they didn't have it because I had 2 hours to kill.
I get that. Skeleton's a much better event to kill for that. Curling is the sort of thing you need to watch with friends, so you can get unnecessarily loud. We downloaded the Peacock app because of WWE stuff and everything else like that. So I've had on-demand access to the Olympic events, and curling's great because it looks like a bunch of fucking PTA parents got together and was like, you know what, fuck it, let's take this pro. Let's take this pro.
Except the Canadians. They always look like they were born to do this.
Yeah, I know, but all Canadians look like they're born to do shit. Like I'm trying to think of, let's see. Toronto Mayor Rob Ford and his brother both had enough size and lack of mobility that they might be the only Canadians I can think of that didn't look like they were born to get something done. Driving out on a lake for fishing for no fucking reason. Iditarod shit.
Yeah.
Chopping wood.
Yeah.
Other Canadian shit. Poutine vendor. Like, every Canadian looks driven in the most polite kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
Just, a lot of like, oh yeah, I made myself a drag car. I did, yeah, out of Ottawa. It's got like 2,000 horsepower. It's fucking amazing. I named it Troublemaker because I like things that are real difficult. Gonna give you all sorts of heck. Gonna come in the back end and take you out something fierce. I'm gonna win this race. It's gonna be amazing.
Gonna win this race,
right? Like, just there's this like weird confidence, but also waiting to give you a handshake and a congratulations at all times.
Good job there.
Yeah. You know what? You bested me, and the best person should win no matter what. I totally believe that today. My dad taught me that. Delightful Manny he was.
Delightful. So it's showtime. It's time to wheel my ass to the thing.
Right. Yeah. Wait, hang on. So you're laying down on the gurney. I assume they wheel you from one room to the other. They don't make you walk with a little towel, right?
No, they wheel you from one room to another.
Okay. So you are Donald Ducking it in the gown.
Yeah.
Towel over top your bits and pieces.
Yeah.
I assume gown over top. Yeah. So this way your stuff's not like, you're not doing like Turtle in the Tunnel going down the hallway, giving everybody like one last show before you shut down the factory. We're like, hey, not for nothing. Hey, how you doing? All right.
Yeah. Every hospital show where they have the POV of the patient and they get like a shot of the ceiling tiles and the heads covering you.
Yeah.
It's exactly like that. And just like they drive you in, you're in the theater. First thing they ask, like, what type of music do you want to listen to? And my thought is
fucking thrash metal.
Well, the funny thing is, the surgeon said somebody actually did request like Scandinavian thrash metal during.
Hell yeah!
Time.
Yes.
And my
fucking, I imagine being awake for that and staring the doctor down while they give you a vasectomy, while fucking Scandinavian thrash metal plays. Just staring at him. Go ahead, shut down my balls. I'm not going to break eye contact no matter what. This is going to fucking happen. I'm right here, baby. I'm looking right at you. Just full on Patrick Warburton there shit.
So I'm of two minds. I tell them whatever you guys want, because anything I'm going to choose is not conducive to sitting still. Because like all my favorite, like Earth, Wind and Fire makes you want to dance.
I get it. Yeah. You don't want to be shuffling around with a little Earth, Wind and Fire. I get that. No. I like Is Maneater appropriate? Like, I don't know.
Oh my God. I should have thought of it. I should have come up with
a playlist. Yeah. I mean, like AC/DC's Big Balls have to be on that fucking list. Like, just, it's a terrible joke, but you gotta make it.
Yeah. But my other thought is, just like when you're driving, if you're in the driver's seat, you want the person driving to be as comfortable as possible. And so my thought was like, whatever the fuck you want to
air
listen
supply.
To, because it doesn't matter if I'm comfortable, really. I want you, the person who is going to cut my tubes, to be in the best possible way.
I'm all out of love. Yeah. I'm so lost without you.
Yeah. Like, you got the knife. I ain't got shit. But I'm seatbelted onto this thing with my thing hanging out.
Oh God, that's right. Yeah, because they got to strap you down so you don't lash out at anybody, right?
They put you there. There's a belt around the waist. There's belts around the legs, and they ask you like, where do you want your hands? Do you want them on your chest or out on the side? And I was like, fuck it, I'll go out to the side.
So you get to do the strong fucking.
So like I'm a chicken, and and one of the technicians is monitoring my blood pressure, and they ask like, are you taking meds for high blood pressure or something? Because like your pressure is really high. Are you nervous or something? And I was like, yeah.
Really? Yeah. Are you? Dude's got you splayed out like a fucking spatchcock chicken with your dick and balls hanging out, and then asks you a playlist, and then has the audacity to be like, yo, you nervous?
Are you nervous?
Fucking seriously?
Yeah.
Like,
well, it was, I guess it was like an intern or someone who is just, they're so used to like being in the zone that like they might not be aware that, I don't know. Cause I guess I seemed calm cause I didn't freak out, but I don't know. I was joking with everybody cause
and in that moment, I was going to say, you bits and pieces are just hanging out in the wind. All you got left are jokes. Like this is the ultimate like fat guy / small dick problem of like, you better be fucking funny because you ain't got shit anywhere else.
Yeah, exactly. They're like,
how do you feel? You drop trow. You're not impressing anyone.
Yeah.
So know that they got to be chuckling. Just be like, hey, do you mind turning the lights off? I don't like to like fucking freak anybody out about how big I am. Wink, nod, like, fuck off with that.
Yeah. You're not hiding anything.
No, no.
So they put up a tent so that you can't see anything, which is
thank goodness.
Which is the move. I briefly looked to the side and there was a reflection and I could see, and I was like, I am looking this way forever because I do not want to see what is going on.
Right. Yeah. You don't want to why reflective surfaces? I don't understand. Okay. Yeah, anyway, I mean, that's fine.
It's the way plastic is, and I have good eyesight, and they're
okay.
And
fair enough.
So it's not their fault. It's not like there was a giant fucking mirror and then
no. I wasn't thinking a mirror. I was thinking like giant metal wall, cabinet door, something like that. Where like you were catching a reflection, be like, well, there's a front row show I won't be able to turn away from. So I guess I'm just gonna have to remind myself that the show is over here and I need to be over here now.
Yeah. I'm over here now. I'm not over
here. God damn it. That's the time to do dice with your fucking wedding tackle hanging out. Just, I'm over here now, honey. Honey.
So
wait, hang on. Did you bucket them just to test the restraints?
No,
this,
I did not.
This is thick guy shit
Yeah.
because initially all I could think is like, you strap me in like Buzz Aldrin, I'm going to test the restraint. Like the second you strap me in, I'm going to immediately do the bam just to see if somebody jumps. And when somebody looks at me like, I'm sorry, I just wanted to test the restraint to make sure everything worked. Because someone in that room is going to fucking chuckle their tits off. And that's who is going to be my new friend. That's my eye contact right there.
Brandon, my goal was to be as still as possible.
You and I play by a different game because at a certain point, I'm like, fuck it. I'm shutting the factory down. I'm paying y'all. So like, if I need to spend an extra few weeks getting stitched up, but I get a paycheck, I'm good. Fucking test these restraints.
Yeah. My goal was to ensure that the operating area was as stable as possible. So like I didn't want to fuck around at all. Nope. It was just
fucking Shark Week from my end, just thrashing about and shit.
So the numbing process is a 2-stage thing.
Yeah, right.
They do a topical thing and it's cold. They get it really cold.
Right. Which is super helpful for your dick and balls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it just...
You want them loose, but then they make it cold, so they tighten back up.
Right. So what the fuck is the point of the towel? Like, is that one of those like, hey, not for nothing, but when we pull this towel off, we want you to be as pancake balls as you can, just splooting everywhere.
Yeah.
Then hang on. We're going to throw up some fucking painting plastic where you definitely can't see anything. Then we're going to rub some icy hot on your shit. And we're just going to crinkle that shit up. So like, I'm going to play Heard It Through the Grapevine so you understand what sort of racing shit is going on. You know, because I got to set the playlist because you were like, no, dealer's choice. And I like a little yuck, you know, a little bit of yucks before we get in there.
I forgot what it was. I didn't recognize the music. It was some like dad rock kind of like.
Well, yeah, I mean, I assume anyone who performs vasectomies is probably super into yacht rock, and not common yacht rock.
Yeah, it was like you had to be a fan. Like I don't know, I didn't recognize it.
It's Chicago's deep cuts.
Yeah,
you're just like you settle into everything, and all you hear is like Saturday in the park. And you're like, all right, this has got a weird fucking white ass vibe. I'm here for it.
Yeah. So they hit you in the like closer
in the taint
to the thigh, like that the thigh,
the vas deferens or whatever it is.
Yeah, right next to it.
Yeah.
And
okay. Yeah.
And then the numbing starts to happen. And
So we have numbed the taint, the grundle, the fleshy fun bridge. We've gone in. I'm hoping we're going to scare off the last bit of people who've been hanging. Yeah. No, don't call it the Rainbow Bridge. You're going to ruin a lot of people who have lost their pets just by calling it the Rainbow Bridge.
The Bifrost. They
the Bifrost. Yes,
the Bifrost.
Yes, yeah. Where Idris Elba mans Jamie Noguchi's asshole.
Yeah,
and just decides who goes in and out of the Bifrost.
So the way he described the procedure to me before the main event, they kind of he feels around for the tunnel.
Right. Okay.
Pinches the tunnel, goes in, cuts the tunnel, cauterizes it up or sews it back up there, and then does the other side. So I'm assuming that that's what happened. I did not watch it. I did not request a play-by-play.
Right.
It was numb, so I didn't feel the initial cut into the bag.
Gotcha.
Brandon Chalmers. Apparently, you cannot numb everything, so you feel things occurring. There was a tug. Have you been hit in the nutsack?
Yeah.
Have you been like flicked?
Yeah.
So you know how that there's a feeling where there's like a string that goes into your abdomen and it's just kind of yanking down and it's
where like you assume that your balls are actually connected to like the top of your stomach.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of hanging there like ornamental decorations or whatever it is, almost like a door knocker sort of scenario going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like when it goes up or you happen to hit that, all of a sudden you're like, wow, cool. I think I have indigestion, which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is what it feels like, even though they've numbed. So they numbed the surface, but you can't numb that feeling. So
right. Which is why they strap you down in the first place, because they don't want you to fucking thrash around.
Yes. And it does that for a while. And it's like, boink. And then you're gonna feel some pressure, and you feel the pressure, and it's like,
yeah, you're gonna feel some pressure. Like, oh, God damn it. I don't know. See, now all I can think of is what's my new metal fucking like vasectomy playlist.
Yeah.
Which honestly, that feels like such a great fucking art fight travel game. Is what's my new metal vasectomy playlist?
Yeah.
So fucking much Limp Bizkit. So much. I'm telling you right now, Jamie, they put the plastic up and all you hear is chocolate starfish. And you'd be like, holy shit. Because I like to set a fucking challenge for everybody. And like, by the time you get 3 tracks in and Baba Daba comes on, everybody's fucking into it.
Yeah.
Because like what I want is one fucking nurse to look at the other and be like, fuck, early Kid Rock was good. Like real good.
Yeah.
Like I blame Sheryl Crow good. This is her fault. Second he did Picture, everything was downhill.
So they start on the right side. I felt more than I wanted to, but I figured it was par for the course.
Right. You're in it. Now there's no turning back.
Yeah. They go to the left side. It takes a little longer, and I get worried because I'm like, it's taking a little longer. Does it mean that it's going to wear off and I'm going to feel it even more?
God. Yeah. Right. Yeah. You're worried about the local wearing off.
Yeah. And to be clear, you should not worry about that because the local lasts for hours.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. They need to rustle around there for a little bit. If somebody's like, fuck, I have low blood sugar. Hey, boss, I'm going to let this fucking Creed playlist play for a little while and go get some Cheez-Its. I'll be right back. You're going to be totally fine.
Yeah. See, like things that may concern you if you hear them from your surgeon. It's like, where is that? I can't find that. Oh, there it is. Click.
Wow. Look. I have been insulted before, but fuck, that's cold.
So it took them a little bit to find it. They got it.
Good on you for not cracking him up. Be like, I find it every time. I don't know what your problem is.
And then they don't use stitches. They use tissue glue.
Okay.
So and one of the nurses was joking like, it's a good thing we like you because otherwise we'd glue it to the side of your leg. Okay. And then one of them was like, you're going to have to learn how to do the cowboy walk. And, you know, and it was done. It was like a 15-minute procedure.
Wow. That's a tight one. You get 4 songs tops.
Yeah, it's a tight playlist. Fuck. Yeah.
God damn, that's the power move. By the way, we should really you should really throw that up. Just be like, hey guys, not for nothing, listen to the podcast. And then afterward, we have everybody put together. What's your vasectomy playlist? Yeah. You get 18 minutes. We set some sort of arbitrary number. You get 18 minutes to fucking come up with as many tracks as you want.
Yeah.
What's your go-to?
Yeah. And then it was done. They wheel you back out to the recovery station where the person there is like gives you water, saltines, and then instructions. And because it was local, I could just get up and go. If I went under, they would want you. They need somebody there to actually drive you home because
right, yeah, because you're too groggy to drive home. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. But the woman who was the recovery nurse, she said, you should go home. I'm not going to tell you you should go home, but you should go home because my brother had a vasectomy and he was feeling all excited and he was like, oh, I feel great. Fuck going home. He went out to lunch and then he couldn't move because it started to hurt and he couldn't get out of the restaurant.
Gotcha. Okay. So hang on a second. So please tell me you went and got carry out somewhere special.
I didn't. I went right home.
Jamie.
I went home because I was tired.
Did you at least order like a pizza or something like that? Did you treat yourself?
I'm trying to remember what we had that day because Audrey came home after, like she was already home. So I was going home to Audrey's so she could like take care of me. I actually forgot what I had for lunch after that. I know we had like a fancy, like she got fancy apple pie things for dessert later that evening.
Okay. All right. So there were treats to be had later on.
There were treats.
Okay. All right.
I don't remember what they were, and that's my fault for doing it. But like the rest of that day was a haze because I was like, I was nervous. I didn't know what to do. Like I was worried it was gonna burn when I peed afterwards because I don't know. I mean, no, I get it. Yeah. You're worried about as someone who's had kidney stones. I get that fear. That fear is real. Yeah, I was like, they said, if you haven't voided within 6 hours, come back and tell us. And I was like, oh, that's tough.
Well, yeah, because they may have sealed the tube shut, and like Al Gore warned us, it's a series of tubes that makes this thing work. So like,
going to the bathroom, not a problem. Peeing, not a problem. I just spent the rest of the day icing 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off, 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off, just sitting on the couch being completely lazy. I didn't get anything done that day.
Good. The fucking audacity of Jamie Noguchi to make the rest of his people drives his ass home from his own vasectomy and then is annoyed that he didn't get anything else done. You know what you did, Jamie? You iced your balls. You got plenty done.
I did.
You got plenty done.
I was kind of expecting the rest of the week to be like off my feet and just being out and really sore and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, I was expecting to wake up the next day being like groggy and everything. Woke up the next day feeling fine, Brandon Chalmers.
That's a sign of a good surgeon.
Feeling fine. Like Friday. So had the surgery Tuesday, Wednesday. I thought it was going to suck. It didn't. Thursday was fine. Friday, I'm in love. Friday, I decided I'm going to go climbing because I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Wait, hang on. Jamie, is this about to be a cautionary tale about ripping your balls open?
No.
Okay. Well, that's way better.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing that happened is the skin glue came off because I climbed a lot. And there's still there are openings.
Little tack. Openings.
There are openings.
Little bit of seepage.
If you would like to see the inside of a place, you can still see the inside of a place.
Okay. All right.
So, but I consulted with the surgeons that are like, you're fine. Just make sure it's clean and put a Band-Aid on it and you'll be fine.
Put a Band-Aid on it. Fucking strong, my dude.
So
fucking strong.
It takes a couple of like 3 months afterwards before you're safe to like be adventurous. Because the lads can still swim. You still have lads in there swimming, so you need to.
Oh, that's right. Okay, it takes a while for the lads to die on the shelf. That's right. I forgot. It's like milk; it expires over time.
Yeah. So, and the factory still produces them, but without the other tube, they just get absorbed. So, like now they just get absorbed.
Gotcha. All right. So you're a self-sustaining nuclear facility, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're powered by your own boys.
Yeah. So. In conclusion,
right?
Go to sleep. Take the pills, man.
No way. No way. The opportunity to one, bucket the fucking restraints, and also my vasectomy playlist is too good. Too good.
Yeah.
too goddamn good. I'm serious about this. Everyone within the sound of my voice, I beg of you, no matter what platform you listen to us on, either email us or put it in the fucking YouTube comments or the Facebook comments or whatever it is. I want to hear your 18-minute vasectomy playlist. I want to know what makes you happy, what you're going to throw off the fucking doctor with. You going to make a little yucks.
Yeah.
Where's your head? There's no wrong answers. It's your vasectomy. If you don't have a dick, come up with a list anyway. I don't care.
Yeah. It was a weird experience, but it was kind of interesting to like hear them talking with each other and like talking with them. They said that they'd never had this much laughing in the theater before. So I felt good about that.
No, right. I mean, I hopefully all caused by you and not your dick and balls, but yes, that's yeah.
So like, I don't know if you are going to experience a surgery of the things that can happen to you, this one is like it. I felt it, but it's not like like the pain incapacitated me and I like white flashes behind my eyes. And I was just like rolling around. It was uncomfortable. Like that's it's like that's the type of pain, like very, very uncomfortable for like a little bit. And then
all this has me thinking is at minute 12, it's Hell's Bells.
Yeah.
That's the track you go with. The 12-minute marker, you go with Hell's Bells. So so this way either they're fucking because like that the second that you're getting like fucking head nods and everything. Right, yeah, and next thing you know, like the doctor's fucking playing drums on your thighs and all sorts of shit, and you know they're getting into it.
Yeah. But yeah, the staff at Sibley, awesome work. I'm assuming.
Right. This is the fun part is now we get to find out what Jamie's like without 3 months of activity, and also just whether or not they did their job. Because you can have a great story, but you're not sure if they just rustled around there, iced your shit down, tugged you big boys, gave you a few little slits, and be like, all right, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. You seem fun. We need more of you in the world. Get out there, slugger. Go ahead.
That is my vasectomy story, TM. And thank you for coming on this journey with me. Fucking Do It Cast listeners.
Nice.
Brandon Chalmers.
Sir,
where can people find you?
You can find me. Hang on. I'm going to do a quick thing. So we were on the Opinions May Vary podcast. They're going to post it up at some point soon. We're going to share it. They're great friends from Connecticut. They are Art Fight fans through and through. You probably have a ton in common with them. They have a huge back catalog.
Hell yeah.
You should go listen to them. Please keep an ear out. We'll throw it both up on our socials and everything else when it comes through. Anyway,
we'll talk about that next week.
Yes. Fucking delightful people. Anyway, you can find me on Instagram at that guy Chalmers. Jamie Noguchi, where can they find you?
Instagram, Jamie Noguchi, Angry Zen Master on Twitter, and then wherever you find your podcasts, you can find us and all that good stuff.
Wherever great podcasts are sold. And also mediocre podcasts like ours.
All right. We're done.
Yep.